Okay, so welcome. Today we are going to look at marketing our listings like a pro. My name is Monica Perry, and I'm your Market Center Tech Trainer in the Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and Chapel Hill Market Centers. And we are going to go ahead and get started. So I've gone on into agent.kw.com and logged into my command platform, and I'm now going to move down to designs. So that's our little art easel over here with the paintbrush. Don't forget, if you often find yourself forgetting what these applets are, you can always click the white KW on the red background and pop those names out right there. We're going to hop over into designs. So when we think about marketing our listings, I know that right now inventory is just flying off the shelves. The listings themselves currently in this market aren't taking a lot of marketing to get them sold. However, you, as the real estate agent, should be using your marketing efforts to market that listing to attract more listings for yourself, for your buyers, for your fellow agents, because we all know that there are no listings out there and we need to get more. So when you get one, make sure that you use that marketing opportunity. Don't pass that up. So many different avenues that you can take and so many different reasons to market it. So you have the coming soon, you have the just listed, you have the under contract, then you've got this sold for $15,000 more than asking, right? We can't disclose that information in North Carolina, at least check with your broker in charge, until after closing. So if you're watching this video and you're not in North Carolina, I don't know your rules, I just know ours. So make sure that you're checking with your broker in charge before you post anything like that. So not only do we have those multiple points of marketing, we also have multiple platforms that we can use for marketing. So the easiest and the free, and if it's free, it's for me, is to do social media posts. So that is what we're going to start with looking at first. So once we are in the designs platform, we're going to come into the upper right corner and click create design. We're going to move over into social. We're going to go ahead and click on social and get that highlighted. And then if you already have it listed in the MLS and it's syndicating into MLS at that point, you could import photos and videos. But I do recommend, especially if it's your own listing, that you use the really high quality, high res photos that your photographer probably gave you. So I'm not going to click this button. I'm going to go ahead and click continue though. So once we get here, we did choose social. We're going to have some different templates pop up for us over here on the left-hand side of the screen. And we're going to see the different subcategories of how we could market this listing on social media. Once it decides to load for me, my internet's been being a little slow this morning. I was teaching earlier today and it was doing the same thing to me. Okay, so now we have this listings folder over here and you're going to see coming soon, for sale, just listed, just sold, all the things that we were just talking about. And for the very, very few and far between, the price update. Also the open house, you guys, if you're putting your listing on and not giving yourself enough marketing time to run an open house, you're not only doing yourself a disservice, you're doing your sellers a disservice by not allowing enough people to see that property and get that price up as high as we can. So there are so many different reasons, and here's under contract down here, that we can market this listing. So for right now, I'm just going to start with just listed. So I'm going to click on just listed here, and you're going to see all of your marketing is essentially done right here for you. So it's all resized, right? Anybody who's been in this market for long enough and in real estate for long enough knows the painstaking process that we used to have to go through in order to resize things to post them on different platforms. It was a super duper pain in the behind because you had to go to Google. You had to look up what size is the Facebook cover photo? What size is the social story? What size is it to post it on Instagram? What size is it to post it on Twitter for anybody who tweets, right? So KW has done all that for us, which I absolutely love. So these taller ones are for our social story. The squares are really good for posting on Facebook and Instagram, and these wider ones are good for Facebook. Sometimes I like these wider ones on Facebook just for the sheer reason that you can put more information in them, right? So those are nice as well. But as you scroll down, don't think you're at the bottom just because you don't see anything below. Lots of times if you scroll on here, more is going to populate underneath, right? So I'm going to pick this black one because I feel like it just really stands out and has a good pop behind it. And I'm going to pick social stories, which we know stories are the market of the moment. They work out really well. And I'm going to pop into my MLS and just find myself a pretty listing that's on the market right now so that we can borrow those pictures and give a shout out to that agent. And I'm going to go to my matrix here. And if you don't have your own listings, ask the people in your office if they're okay with you marketing their listing. They've got to get it sold, right? So I don't think that they would mind. That doesn't mean that they won't. But ask. It's not going to hurt you to ask. So here's a beautiful listing by Abby Umlaw. Thank you, Abby. Abby is doing an open house this Sunday. So good for Abby. So this is beautiful, one of my favorite neighborhoods in Winston-Salem. And we're going to borrow 2546 Buena Vista Road. And yes, it is pronounced Buena Vista. If you live in Winston-Salem, it is not Buena Vista. So don't come at me in the comment section of my YouTube channel for saying Buena Vista. Okay, cool deal. So now we have our lovely just listed here. I see my D has gone down way down there. So we're going to just make that a little bit longer, like so. Now, to replace this picture, if it's your own listing, obviously you're just going to upload the picture that your photographer gave to you, whichever one you like, right? I'm going to come over to KWLS because this is in fact not my listing. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to search for the listing by the listing address. You could search for it by the MLS number, whatever you've got is good. So there is that listing. Okay, I'm going to hit select. It's going to populate all of the pictures, all of the data for the house, all over here on the left-hand side of my screen. Looks beautiful. So maybe I want to click this image and come over here and just swap it out. Or I can go, maybe not. I want to swap it out with this one. So you can just pick and choose which one works the best for you. I think I like this one. Okay. And now we need to switch it out with our logo. Keep in mind, I've shown you guys before how to set up your assets in Designs. That makes your life a lot easier. You see when I clicked on this logo, all of my logos that I uploaded into my assets show up over here on the left-hand side. So I'm going to replace it with my all-white KW Elite logo. Replace. That part's done. Pop back into KWLS. I also have those listing details. Obviously, if this was your listing, you would probably know how much it costs. I just so happen not to because it wasn't mine. So I'm going to click replace there. And up here, I can click this typewriter and get rid of that US dollar. I don't need that. Save changes. It is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That's what was already on there. And anybody who's part of the Triad MLS knows that we don't have pure square footage. So I'm going to click this too. And I'm going to take out the square footage right there because we give a range and I don't feel like putting the range in. I'm going to save those changes. It was most definitely not built then. It was built in 1930. Pop back into here and swap that out and save those changes. Done. So now I can download this, preferably as a PNG, which is a high quality image, and download it and save it to my computer. I can post it to Facebook. I can post it to Instagram. I can post it wherever I want to post it, right? I can also post this directly through designs in Command. You just can't post it to Instagram, and I know a lot of folks like to post to Instagram. So if that's what you're wanting to do, just download it and save it, and then post it to Instagram that way. But one other really cool thing that we can do is come over here to the left and click on animation. We all know that when you're scrolling, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, wherever, videos and GIFs capture your attention more than just a stationary photo. So animation now exists over here on the left. We can apply the same duration to all the pages if we have multiple, and we can select what we like. There's bounce in, right? There's all the different ones that we can do on here like this. We can do fade in, scrapbook, rotate in, right? So whatever we like, we can do it. Okay, so let me see which one I like the best. I'm going to choose swing in. No, I'm going to choose scrapbook. Okay, so if this is the case, when we come to download it, we are going to make it a video. We're going to download the video and save it like that. Then we can just pop over into Facebook. And once we get there, we can go into our business page and we can upload that video right here on our business page, on Facebook, upload it on Instagram, whatever we want to do, right? So the ideas are endless on what we can do. Again, that one's just for the just listed. Do this again when this goes under contract. Do this again when this closes, right? If you're doing coming soon, do one for coming soon, just listed, open house, under contract, and closed. That is 5 times that you get to advertise yourself for a listing that's one listing, 5 times on social media, okay? So any questions on the social media aspect? They all pretty much work the same. You can choose to animate them or not. All good? Cool deal. So we're going to jump back over into, I'm going to close some stuff down because my computer's being crazy. So I'm going to jump back all the way back to Command. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm also going to show you guys how to make a email template, right? So if you have a big database full of people that you like to send emails to, and you want to send them an email, then you can do that in Command as well. And we have it all set up for a nice, pretty listing. And you can do the same thing with the emails. Coming soon, just listed, open house, under contract, just closed for whatever astronomical amount over asking that it closed for. So for the emails, we have to start back at this page, and we're going to click Create Design. This time we're going to choose Email and click Continue. Okay, so this is going to bring us in to our email templates. We get 73 of those from Keller Williams Realty International. We also get access to any email templates we have built before, right? So any email templates we have built before will also show up here. As this finally starts to load, it will hopefully give me my screen. Internet's just not being my friend today. But you can see here under the KWRI templates, we have modern newsletters, classic newsletters, all these different things showing up here. And as I move down, we have luxury open house, open house, open house, right? Keep loading more. Just listed, just listed. Luxury in the Winston-Salem marketplace, Greensboro, and I think Winston-Salem and Greensboro, the floor is 700,000, but I feel like in my Chapel Hill office, y'all, that's 800,000, but I can confirm that for you. So let's keep going down because this is not luxury. Luxury to me, it's $450, but still. Okay, so now we have approachable for sale, approachable featured home, approachable just listed, classic feature home. We have lots of different options here, including just sold, open houses, just listed, right? So I'm going to grab this classic for sale. Now I'm going to grab classic just listed to stay on trend with the social design that we just looked at. So you see it highlighted, classic just listed. I'm going to click next.
Hi. Just watching Monica here for marketing your property.
So here we go. We are now in the email for just listed property. So if you've been in any of these, you'll know that the emails have little stars right there, and anything that has these little asterisks showing in the email is going to auto-populate with the information that is in our marketing profile. So hopefully your Market Center logo is already in your marketing profile. Your picture, your name, all that stuff should already be there. So you can see when I preview this email up here that my stuff automatically pops in from my marketing profile, right? So here's my data at the bottom. So you don't have to worry about adding and editing those fields, okay? Just wanted to make sure we touched on that. I'm fine with it saying just listed. So here's the spot for that street name, okay? So I'm going to hit the pin. I've got this highlighted. I'm going to hit the pin, okay? And we already have that address copied on our clipboard. So I can just highlight this and replace it with the text that I already had. I don't like the way it looks. I can change the font. I can make it bigger, right? So I can do all that kind of stuff and move it back over there like that. The price on this, I think, was $445. So I'll stick with $445. And then click done. That will replace that. Right? So you can just go through and edit this email out to your liking. So now when we get down here to the picture, I'm going to click the image and click the pin. And so this is another spot where we get to link to the property if it is in fact in the MLS already, right? So I can click replace on this email. And I've already got some images loaded in here from different stuff I've done, but see here at the top, we have tabs. So I can also click the listing images tab. I can search for that address. Okay, there's that listing that we're talking about. Again, shouting out Abby. So we're using her listing. So when I select it, here's the pictures, right? So I can say, okay, the big picture, I want this one. It's highlighted in teal. I'm going to click replace. Looks good to me. I'm going to click done. There's the picture. I'm going to click this one, click the pin, click replace. Listing images. Always good to have the listing just saved on your keyboard of your computer where you copied it. And I'm going to pick this one with the fireplace and click replace, and click done. And this stuff, guys, this is going to get more and more automated, if you will, right? As our technology is growing, this is going to get more and more automated. Now, they're never going to make it automatically fill stuff in because, again, if you're borrowing someone's listing for advertising purposes because you don't yet have your own, right? They don't want it to automatically default to just your listings because it might not be your listing that you're advertising. If you're a husband and wife team, maybe it's under the husband's name and the wife is the one that's in there doing the marketing, right? So they're not going to automatically make it go to one person or one specific listing, but there will be more automation coming here. So now I've got to pick a third image, backyard, beautiful. Springtime, want to be outside, done. Okay. So now I have my address, my price, my bedrooms, my baths, my picture. I can say, you know, Buena Vista Beauty, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? Whatever I want to say. Under each of these little pictures, I can type away. You could copy your MLS captions if it was your listing. Gorgeous lot, you know, whatever you want it to say. Click done. Maybe I don't need this. I can delete it, right? There's a little trash can right there. So you can make it say whatever you want. So now you have this email. Now, this view listing button, it's not linked to anything yet. So you guys might be able to guess where I'm taking this. We're going to open another tab. We're going to go to our own website, right? Because our website has built-in lead capture. We're going to pull up the listing. There she is. I'm going to open it up. And this is that listing's specific website page. So I'm just going to copy this link right here. Everybody see that at the top? I'm going to click copy. And I'm going to come back to my email template. Here's my button that says I'm going to let them view the listing. I'm going to click the pin. I'm going to link it to a web address. And I'm now going to paste said web address into the web address box. Always click done at the top. Click. Okay. So now this email is done. So again, 5 times that you can use this. We already looked at 5 times on social media. Coming soon, if you're doing coming soon. Just listed. Open house. Under contract. Just sold. 5 times on social. Now you have 5 opportunities for an email, right? So again, we're not just marketing the listing to market the listing. Listings don't need marketing in this market, right? They're just selling. They're selling. You can't put them on and get them. They're just gone. So give yourself, as an agent, it's a win-win, right? We want the sellers to get the most for their listing, and we want us to get the most exposure for ourselves as well. So give yourself some time to market. Give yourself time to do the open house so that you can send out these just listed, just under contract, just sold type of social media posts and emails, right? So I'm going to go ahead and send this as a test email just to myself so that you guys can see it. I'll send it to Dakota just in case there's something in my email. DakotaJamesPerry@gmail. Don't want to be divulging anybody's personal data by opening my email on camera. So I'm going to open Dakota's email over here. Bear with me one sec.
What are you afraid of hiding, Monica? I didn't think you were afraid to hide.
Yeah, no, we don't. This is going on YouTube, so we don't want anybody's personal information, like their stuff getting shown on a recording. Okay, so here is what the email looks like. Just listed, address, price, those beautiful pictures, blah, 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 whatever we type there. All of my data is down here like so. And when they click view listing, it's going to take them straight to the listing. Okay. And if they're like, it's beautiful, I love it, they don't have an account, they're not logged in or signed up right here, right? So when they go like this, it's going to have them sign up. If they go to ask you a question, it's going to capture their data in your command database, right?
How does it market, Monica, so that we see it? So it's not just arbitrary, does it show up as a new entry somehow and warn us of that?
Yeah, so you'll get a command app notification that you got a new lead if they didn't have an account already. If they did have an account, it would have them sign into their account, and then it would give you a notification that Monica signed into your website, right? If they weren't logged in already. Yep, great questions. So social media and email covered. Free. If it's free, it's for me. Social media, sending these emails up to a point. Emails, you get 5,000 free emails a month, right? 5,000 free emails a month. If you go over that, you can pay to upgrade. So let's look at our last option, which is, and plus, of course, you get to make flyers and stuff like that. Door knocking, open house this weekend, go hand the flyers out to the neighbors, right? All that stuff, of course, you can do that also in designs, okay? So you've got door hangers, trifold brochures, just single page flyers. I love this grayscale one right here. It's one of my favorites. So you've got all that kind of stuff too, of course. And last but certainly not least, you can do postcards, okay? So postcards, you can just pop into command. You can make the postcard in designs if you want to. 100%, you can take the time, just like we made that social media post, and you can make a postcard for that specific property. But the campaign section already has pre-installed templates made just for this type of marketing, right? And if you didn't know, you can send yourself one postcard. You can send just one postcard out. So if you're like, I just want to see what it looks like, come in here and create a postcard and send it to yourself. Okay. So now I'm in campaigns. That's our little megaphone, getting our message out, right? We're going to click create campaign. And we're going to choose direct mail. Okay. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to make it simple here. Give it a name. I'm advertising a listing. I'm going to create campaign. Okay. It's going to ask me to search for the property address. Again, this is not my listing. If it was your listing, it would show up here, because right now it's filtered down to only showing your listings. I don't have one, so I need to change it to all. If you're doing this for someone else's listing, you need to change it to all. Okay. Now paste in that address and search. Here it is. Select. Okay. So now I've picked my listing. I've got my overview done. I'm advertising a listing. This is its name. This is the listing. It's connected. I'm going to open up content. This is where I either get to select one of the pre-made templates, which is what I'm looking at over here on the right, or I can upload my own design. So if I was in designs and made it, this is where I would upload that picture. Okay. I can choose, do I want a compact template 4x6? That's going to be the cheapest. Do I want a default template 6x9, a large modern, or a large contemporary at 6x11 inches? I'll pick default for right now. Okay. And you're looking at the preview on the right. So I've got the listing price right here, the address populated because I connected the listing. Just need to do listing status, just sold. I mean, just listed, my bad. It's pulling in the MLS text. I'm at 729 characters of 1,000 available. That's fine. I don't need to change it. Okay. Now, when I pick my listing photo, this is not the fault of KW and Command. This is just the way that our Triad MLS or Matrix as a whole across the country, the way that they're syndicating our photos makes them have poor quality. Okay. So again, this would be your listing. Upload the super high resolution photo that the photographer gave you, right? You would just click upload image, browse, look for it on your computer. They're working with Matrix to fix this issue. Matrix is one of several MLSs that's causing this problem. But see how all the photos have this little thing, low resolution? It's because of the way that they're pulling the image. But I'm going to go ahead and use it just for the example. Hopefully they get that fixed soon. Okay. And there's my preview on the right, right? So you'll have the picture back there, just listed, address, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, back of card, drop down switch. There's that feature or that listings features that was in your MLS listing. Price again, bedrooms again, your information, your picture, right? And all the stuff that we need. Now, if you want this to have a QR code so that you can track what's happening when tracking, the only options for this at the moment, it's going to drop a little QR code on here somewhere. I'll get it to do it in a minute, but you have to pick a landing page. That would mean you would have to build a landing page in the agent site area of command to link it here for that tracking. Those are not hard to make. If you have a question on that, let me know. Okay. And you would just have to pick a landing page like so. And then this postcard would get this little QR scanner in the upper right corner. So if somebody scanned it, it would track it and let you know that you were getting hits on this postcard. Okay. So again, with the postcard, 5 more options. Sean, go ahead.
That is so sweet. Like, I've been begging to figure out how to do this for the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
So
good.
this is just
Why
so
didn't you text
awesome.
me?
Well, because it's created and I created it in command, but I didn't get to figure out where the video would be to train this. So your timing's impeccable. The QR code, is that a video you've done that's easy to set up so that it's universal every time we've got it in our command?
These QR codes are specific to this postcard system.
Okay.
Now, setting up your own QR code is super easy. If you just want your own QR code, you just go to Google and say create QR code. Click. Right. And there's a QR code generator right there. And if you want it to go to your website or a landing page that you've made or whatever you want, like my monicaperry.kw.com. Okay. There it is. Download it. That's your QR code. You can link it to whatever you want.
And you can throw the KW logo up in the upper right too.
You probably have to pay for it if you do.
Okay.
This is the free version. So, I mean, yes, you could upgrade and get whatever you wanted. But yeah.
Nothing in command that does free QRs with all of our branding?
Not that I know of. I think it's been asked for on answers. Let me see. I mean, ideas.kw.
Allison says there used to be something on Kelly, Monica.
On Kelly, but
Yeah.
Kelly's obsolete.
Ah.
So the QR code on Kelly was to scan to your data, Allison, for when you were talking to another agent. If they scanned that QR code, it added you to their connect as like a referral agent. So that wasn't like property specific or specific to your website. That was just for interacting with other agents.
You are right. We are obsolete, hon, but that's why we keep coming back.
Yeah, here we go. So QR code generator. So a huge amount of agents have started using QR codes. So you can come in here to answers.kw.com or ideas. I keep saying answers. Ideas.kw.com and vote for that. That's what I would do if I were you guys. Like, I live in this area because really and truly, people are like, that's not true. It's true. They really come here to this and they say, okay, let me step back a sec. They really do come in here to this, right? And look, already exist. So they tagged ideas that already exist in the system, ones that they're not going to implement, ones that are already planned, and ones that have already been developed and released, right? So let's look at planned. So the transaction summary page, I can attest to that. We're testing it right now. We're giving them feedback on what we want. What do we want out of this? And so that'll come out, and or not filters being planned, merging duplicate contacts, right? So we have all kinds of stuff that's on the roadmap that has been planned. So you can look on ideas.kw.com and see exactly what is coming out, right? So these are all the things that have already gotten implemented. Draw on map, just talked about it today in my class, right? The draw on map feature for setting up saved searches, okay? So all of this stuff has already come out. So they really do, the developers really do come to ideas.kw.com to find the stuff that we want and make it happen. So if you have an idea, go there. Okay. All right, cool deal. Okay, so we've talked about social media posts. We have talked about sending design emails. We have talked about sending postcards times 5, right? That's 15 different times that you get to touch somebody for one listing. Go ahead, Sean.
Postcards. So how do you actually send them out after it's created like that? Can you finish what you need to do?
I can. So once you're
Please?
here and you've got this done, right?
Uh-huh.
It's going to go with the picture that's there. It's going to warn me that it's not high resolution enough, but that's
Beautiful.
okay. I'm just going to say, okay, I need to do this. I got to verify my address. So I got to put NC in here. I got to put T7103 in here. And then I'm going to verify. It's going to say use this one with the 4 digits after the zip. And now for the budget, right? Here we go. So quantity of 200, standard postage, 82 cents a piece, first class postage, 89 cents a piece. I would just click save. Okay. And then I'm going to go on to configure targeting. It's going to warn me about the low resolution image, but that's okay. You would have your own listing photos, right? And
Yes.
it's going to show me a map of where they're going to go. Because I picked.
Wow.
So it's going to pinpoint my listing and then go around it to 200 addresses. And I'm going to go next, which I'm not going to do, because then it's going to prompt you to put your credit card in.
Oh, sweet. Monica, this is gorgeous.
Right? It's pretty sweet.
This is freaking amazing.
And see, if you didn't want to do that many, you could go down to 100 and it'll readjust the map and show you the 100 houses it would go to.
Wow.
Cool. I always send a copy to myself by clicking the box so that you get it.
Oh.
You know when it arrives. But yeah, that's
and how's this US Post on this? Has this been proven reliable?
Yeah. But like I
Oh,
said,
wow.
I highly recommend just go in here and make a postcard and send it to yourself. See how long it takes. You get to see the quality of the postcard, right? Check it out.
Oh, man. This is just freaking rock on. That's printed and mailed for 82 cents each.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I may be slow, but I do poor work. How about you, Denise?
So there's lots of ways. And so that's why I was like,
amazing.
Good. When I do a marketing a listing class, people are like, I don't need to market my listings. It's not just to market your listings to get them sold. It's to market yourself, right? The more that put our name out there for getting listings and, hey, look, this just sold. People that are watching what you're doing, and then they, say you're hitting the neighborhood with postcards and someone sees that you just sold their neighbor's house for $20,000 above asking. They might go, hold up now. I need to give these people a call. Wait, I was looking for a house with a pool. Maybe now I have the extra money I need getting the equity out of this house to buy my next house, and then they can sell my house, right? So the more that we can attract this attention and this excitement around this market, the better it is, not just for our sellers who are going to get maximum amount for their listing, for us as individual agents that are selling these listings, because we're going to get our maximum income. And hopefully some more business, but also for all the other agents in our family of agents, because we need listings. So this is your opportunity to attract more of them, right? So I hope you guys found this helpful. I love you. I thank you for coming. This is just a handful of the ways that you can market your listings. And I will put this up on YouTube later. I love you all bunches. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Monica, you
Thank
too. Thank
you.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. That was awesome. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome, honey.